Welcome to Shooby Dooby Doo Up, a podcast where we talk about beautiful pop music. I'm Andy Robinson.
I'm James Cook.
And in this week, because me and James are on what we call pop holiday, aren't we?
That's right. We are in an island in the sun.
Club Tropicana, you could say.
Yeah. The drinks are free.
Yeah. Or more accurately, I've just gone to Coventry and I'm living in a ghost town. Anyway, what we have here for this week are what we'd call our bonus tracks, or let's call them offshoots from our Patreon episodes we do, James, where we discuss records that never made the top 10.
And sometimes surprisingly so.
Yeah. In this compilation, I'm going to say that's happening.
Definitely for one of them, because one of them is the biggest selling song ever to not get in the top 10. We've also got songs from Pulp and Nas and the Sugar Cubes. So there's a lot of variety in here. Songs we ordinarily wouldn't get to talk about, and we're ripping down the paywall so that you can get a little taste of it. If you want to join our Patreon community, head over to patreon.com/ShoobyPodcast. We're also on Facebook and Instagram at Shooby Podcast. Give us a follow, please.
I think we've explained everything, haven't we, James? I've got to get my feet back up, on holiday, aren't I? Bleeding Coventry. Please enjoy.
Down 19 to number 31. This is Hardcore by Pulp. You've been listening to this.
I know this song intimately because This Is Hardcore by Pulp is one of my favourite albums of all time, I'm going to say.
Oh, that's interesting. What is it about that album that you like?
It spoke to me at the time because I was, as I mentioned at the beginning, approaching a birthday over zero at the end. The notion of so many great songs on it. I can go through every song on that album if you want, but we are talking about This Is Hardcore, the title track.
Do you want to know what Jarvis Cocker says about that album?
Yeah, go on.
He says, as anyone who'd heard it would agree, it's not a record made by contented people.
Nope.
It's a record about disillusionment.
Yes.
If you're serious about what you do, how you're feeling has to come out in your music.
Yes.
So I'm pleased that we didn't try and gloss over it and carry on as if everything was fine. It was coming after a really big record, so there was all this expectation.
There's a line in the opening song, which is, I think this sums up Pulp and this album especially. Yeah. But I think this sums up this album in a great way, where in the opening song, which is called The Fear, I think, he goes, "This is the sound of someone losing the plot, making out that they're okay when they're not," and then crucially he goes, "You're gonna like it, but not a lot." He quotes Paul Daniels in the middle of this dark song.
Yeah, because Different Class, the preceding album, had been so massive.
I love Pulp. I mean, I'm delighted you chose it.
Yeah.
I love Different Class. I love His and Hers. I love This Is Hardcore, especially them three.
Yeah, but it had such crossover appeal and such massive hits, Common People probably most notably.
Different Class, album before.
Yeah, but also
Ease and Wiz, Disco 2000.
Misshapes.
Yep.
I liked His and Hers. I thought Different Class was okay. I'm such a twat.
Why? Why? That's all right. That's
it's too popular for my taste.
Yeah, well,
But I felt like his writing had got into quite broad strokes. I like Misshapes a lot, but
I love Misshapes. That's a clarion call if you feel a little bit like you're an outsider.
Yeah.
Don't you? If you're not one of the, the townies. Or, I mean,
yeah, I guess so.
I mean, I love. But what you're saying that it becomes a character. And
I think some of that writing, and and a lot of Britpop bands do this. They're singing about, God, those people over there, right?
Yeah.
What's with them?
Yeah, man, the squares.
What I liked about Pulp is when they go, we're a bit weird. That's more. I find that more interesting, and I think that's where they go with This Is Hardcore.
Yeah, for sure.
And particularly this song, which is so unusual and exciting.
It's no single, is it? It's not like it's not a 911.
Nope.
It is, however, a kind of personal 9/11 because it's so dark.
It's got no verses. It's got no chorus. It is just different bits. All of them are completely different from each other. There's no repeating tunes.
Yeah.
Every sort of stanza of lyrics has its own unique tune.
Good shout, James.
And melody. And I find that so interesting.
Yes.
That they would put that out as a single.
Yeah.
Apparently, a couple of members of the band didn't want to put it out as a single, but they were shouted down by Jarvis, who was insisting on it.
I mean, there are catchier songs on that album than This Is Hardcore to be a single. If catchiness is what you're about, often we prize catchiness quite high on this pod, don't we?
Well, the thing that's catchy about This Is Hardcore is the sample.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, the horns. Wah, 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 wah.
Where's it from?
It is from Bolero on Moon Rocks by the Peter Thomas Orchestra. Peter Thomas has a songwriting credit on the song as a result. That's the hook that is consistent all the way through, whereas everything else reacts to what Jarvis is singing about.
Yeah.
And what he's singing about is, on one level, his addiction to pornography, but on another level, attitudes to fame and celebrity.
Okay, yeah, all right, yeah. I mean, I'd add a third thing to that, which is I think this might be a bit of a relationship song as well, if you know what I mean, about some messed up relationship of love, emotion, lust, probably. This is, you are hardcore, you make me hard, you name the drama, I'll play the part. It seems I saw you in some teenage wet dream. I like your get up, if you know what I mean. I mean, what a great opening stanza that is.
It's kind of about how lust can mess with a relationship.
Yes.
And how incredibly prescient a lot of this song is, written in 1998, to what has happened subsequently with the availability of pornography on the internet to anyone who has a phone.
Yep.
And the effect that that is having on people.
Yep.
You know, there's all these reports that erectile dysfunction is an epidemic amongst young men because they've been exposed to too much pornography growing up. And for him to kind of see the seeds of that in this song.
Yeah. I remember the first time I heard the end of the song a little bit. I vividly remember it, the bit that goes in there, and that goes in there, and this goes, whatever that is. It's shocking. You think, all right, then this is not a typical pop song.
But it's kind of going about porn.
Yeah.
You know, it's just this.
Yep.
It's just this over and over again.
Yep.
And you think it's going to be really exciting, but it's that goes in there, and that goes in there.
This is the eye of the storm. It's what men in stained raincoats pay for. I mean, it's got so many great lines.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of
can't say it makes me happy. It makes me feel good, this song, but it makes me feel something.
I think it's really interesting and dark and sinister, as we've said. We kind of go through the lyrics backwards there because the structure of the lyrics is kind of like, it is the story of a sexual encounter that builds and builds. So, you know, it starts with, it seems I saw you in some teenage wet dream, I like your get up, and then it's I want it bad, I want it now. And then I want to do all these things, leave your makeup on, blah, 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 blah. And then it gets to the bit you just alluded to. This is the eye of the storm. This is what the men in stained raincoats pay for. But in here, it's pure. And then it goes to that goes in there. And that's almost like the guilt afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the little, tossed away sign at the end. What do you do for an encore?
Yeah, exactly. What do you do for an encore? Where do you go? Where do you go from here?
Absolutely.
If so much of what you're striving towards is that moment of climax, and then that's happened.
Yep.
Then what?
It's a complicated song. There's no doubt about it.
Wait 20 minutes and go again? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm delighted you chose it. I'm delighted it's on this playlist, really, because it's, as you say, it's an anathema, isn't it, really, to what a single is. I almost can't believe Jarvis had the, let's call it the commercial clout to say, no, we're releasing this as a song. The video's weird. Is
it commercial clout? Because it didn't get in the top 10.
No.
They were so massive, Pulp, and they Help the Aged, I think, came out before this.
Which is great.
And I don't think maybe that's a top 10, but not huge. And then it comes in at number 12 and then falls out of the chart. Jarvis has
it's no common people, that's for sure.
It is definitely not. This is not coming on at the indie disco.
It come on in a certain sort of gathering, but I wouldn't like to be in that gathering, put it that way. I went to a sex show once in Amsterdam. And the room, as I walked in, James, smelt of bleach and semen. I couldn't work out why, and then I thought, I'm not staying here, I'm going.
No.
It's got that element to it though, this song, hasn't it? There's something dirty, there's something grimy about it. It feels filthy, if you know what I mean.
Jarvis said about this, he said he found it fascinating how people in pornography need to see new faces all the time. So what happens to the older people when they've been used up and had everything done to them? He said, you've seen the same people in films and they seem to be quite alive. And then you see a film from a year later and there's something gone in their eyes. Yeah. It seemed to be very similar to the way people get used in the entertainment business.
Yes.
And there is certainly an element of that. The entertainment business is obsessed with new.
Yeah.
What is the new thing? There's that brilliant line of the comedian Liam Malone, who said comedy is a lot like pornography in that people would rather see young people do it badly than old people do it well.
Yeah, good line.
Credit to Liam Malone for coming up with that. It's the most accurate thing anyone's ever said about comedy. But there is that element to this song, At time of recording, on social media in the last week, I don't know if you've seen this story. There's a story about a woman who had sex with 100 blokes in a day.
I have seen it. Lily Phillips, her name is, because as we both know, a comedian called Lily Phillips. And then I
Christ.
think, yeah, I mean, I bet she is pissed off.
Yeah.
Great comedian, Lily Phillips.
She has nothing to do with this. But I saw an interview that woman did afterwards. I think someone's making a documentary about it.
I am sure.
And there's that's the clip I've seen.
Was it disturbing?
He's just interviewing her and she's so kind of gone.
Yeah.
And talking about how, well, that was the thing that I did. And she's going, I remember some of them. And you go, oh, God, and at the time it sounded so exciting and sexy, I'm sure. But the reality is, it's always the reality of the situation you think is going to be sexy that gets in the way for me. It's going, oh, it's very sexy to think about that. But okay, logistically, though, this is how my brain works and why I'm clearly not a porn star. How is that going to work?
That and your micro penis.
Yeah, obviously. Hey, some women are into that.
Sorry. Go on.
They're not.
I'm being silly. Go on. Yeah. Sorry. Go on. I'm being silly. That's a shit joke. Go on. You're on a good thing then. So you're saying that the notion of the expectation versus reality
is much more exciting than the reality will ever be.
Yeah.
I think that's really interesting to do in a pop song.
Did you watch the video?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's got a mucky, tatty...
But nothing really. You don't... It's no kind of nudity or sexual content
it's
in it.
Implied. It's
all very implied. It's like a noir. There's like things with like a detective and then there's a murder and there's a fight. But it's not shot like a noir. It's all in bright, vivid colours. The lighting is really oversaturated.
Yeah.
All the women are wearing far too much makeup.
Yeah.
And they sort of make a point of showing you that. And it reminded me a lot of the movie Mulholland Drive. Have you seen that movie?
I haven't. I hear things about it, but yeah.
I mean, it's an incredible mindfuck of a movie, that is. It's a bit like the Pulp This Is Hardcore video.
I'll watch it.
The NME described it as possibly the creepiest single ever released by a commercial artiste in recording history. It is awful and brilliant.
Yep.
I think that's a really good description. The Guardian said, it's not about sex, but power, narcissism, performance, and ego, and it's as grim as they come.
I agree. I mean, I think this song, you could argue it every song in the charts ever, but there is certainly this song has got a touch of the work of art about it, hasn't it? It's not trying to necessarily placate, please.
No,
people.
It's saying something, and I think it's saying something that needs to be said about pornography, about entertainment, and also kind of about capitalism in a way.
Yeah, sure. I mean, like,
I'm sorry to get wanky about it.
No. I mean, I think the album "This Is Hardcore." If I'm about to get wanky about it, I think it's a little state of the male psyche. A lot of it is about. There's songs like "I'm a Man" on there about how difficult it is to be a man. The song's about his dad, "Little Soul." I think that's called.
Oh, I remember.
I mean, I think it's all a little bit. I think it's a very masculine album, actually. In some ways, I think it deals a lot with the, let's call it, the trials and tribulations of a fella. Like I say, and there's a line in some pop song where he says, like, why live life when you can live in your head? He's always got this going on, hasn't he, Jarvis? And like I say, especially the relationship with the tatty side of sex for early on with that song about hiding in the wardrobe, whatever that was called off the
Babies.
top of my head. Yeah,
which is the song that got me into pulp.
Do you remember the first time where they had that video interviewing loads of, let's call it celebrities, about their first time having sex? So, you know, songs like I Spy, when he's talking about going around and shagging your wife while you're out working as a kind of class war. I sort of miss that Jarvis in some ways, you know, but he couldn't do that forever.
No,
it sounds ridiculous.
He can do it when he's 30, he can't do it when he's 60 odd. Yeah. Have you heard the Swedish erotica mix of this song?
No, is it good?
Do you know how they make it Swedish erotica?
No.
They've reversed the vocal. And if that chat was getting you too excited, I'll do my favourite pulp fact. The drummer Nick Banks, who is his uncle?
Don't know.
Gordon Banks, the World Cup winning goalkeeper.
Who performed the greatest save ever in the history from Pele's header.
Yep.
All right then, cool.
He's in the video,
I didn't know this.
and he looks really kind of uncomfortable and doesn't know what to do.
Yeah. I get the impression that with pulp sometimes, I think, not dismissing any of the contributors, but I think Jarvis sometimes took them into places where they're going, we're having to do this now. You know, when they're whatever the album was about We Love Life, they all went a bit nature, didn't they? He refused the Mercury Prize money. I think the rest of Pulp, looking at the night when he said we're giving this money away, I think I would like to keep it sometimes, to be honest with you. So yeah, Jarvis, he's always interesting, I have to say, and especially around this time, and let's call it, as I say, that birthday approaching 30, the content of This Is Hardcore album it spoke to me deeply. Still does.
Up 3 to a peak of 38. Flowers on the Wall by the Statler Brothers.
Yes.
What an absolutely brilliant record this is.
Yeah, all right.
I have loved this so much.
Have you loved it for a long time, ever since it was, let's say, most people, forgive my presumption, most people familiar with this from Pulp Fiction, let's say, yeah?
That made me aware of it, but I haven't really properly listened to it until this week.
Oh, okay, cool. It's great, isn't it?
It is, and such a contrast to the Eddie Arnold song "Make the World Go Away." This is also a song about depression.
Yeah.
This is such a more realistic take on what depression is actually like.
Okay,
It's
so I
not
like this, James.
the melodramatic hand on my forehead. Oh, make the world go away.
Yeah.
But this is the practicality of what it actually is like.
So you are claiming this song, this silly little song, somehow strikes a deep truth about the true nature of the black dog.
Yeah.
Cool, yeah.
I absolutely do.
Yeah, go on.
Counting flowers on the wall, that don't bother me at all. Playing solitaire till dawn with a deck of 51.
That's a great line, isn't it?
Isn't it? Yeah. I mean, how different is that from I'm just playing games on my phone on my own and not sleeping?
Yeah.
It's the same.
And the knowledge of the deck of 51,
Oh, yeah.
and yet the narrator continues to do it.
Haven't even got a proper deck.
Yeah.
And, smoking cigarettes, watching Captain Kangaroo. Don't tell me I've got nothing to do. That kind of denial and defiance
Yeah.
rings true for me.
I get
when
ya.
I've been down and I've been like, I'm working really hard. I mean, playing solitaire till dawn with the deck of 51. Is that any different from meeting up in a shed and talking about old pop records?
No. I was just thinking about it, depression and smoking cigarettes, and is that a sign of depression? And I realised I'd asked you earlier, is it all right if I smoke? So I'm
Do
depressed.
you mind if I just start playing solitaire?
Let's do it.
I've got an incomplete deck of cards.
Last night I
watch-
dressed... Go
I'm
on.
going to watch Captain Kangaroo on my phone. When you do this.
Yeah, do it. He's off. James looking very sad, looking at the silly old cartoon from the 60s.
Not a cartoon,
What is
Captain
it?
Kangaroo.
What is it?
He was a bloke.
Breakfast cereal, yeah?
No, he was a bloke. It was a kids' TV show.
Oh, really?
Bit like Mr. Rogers, bit like Play School.
Great
Captain
knowledge.
Kangaroo was the guy who hosted it. He was called Captain Kangaroo because he had a jacket with massive pockets on it.
All right, well, while we're banging on about Captain Kangaroo, let's just give it a little nod to drag it back to the record, James. What a great way of singing that. Watching, smoking cigarettes and watching Captain Kangaroo. You see Bruce Willis singing that in the Pulp Fiction thing. You think that's how people sing along these mad little bits of record. There's no reason to go Kang beforehand, but that's what the brothers have done. Last night I dressed in tails, pretended I was on the town, so he hasn't even gone out. He just dressed up.
Yeah.
As long as I can dream, it's hard to slow this swinger down. So please don't give a thought to me. I'm really doing fine. You can always find me here. I'm having quite a time. What
Yeah.
does quite a time mean?
Yeah, he's having quite the time. He's essentially crying in a wedding dress.
I'm liking you saying this, James. I kind of didn't give it like the emotional heft that you've given it, but I like the notion that this is a very... this is what I'm on about authenticity earlier in the show when people talk about authenticity. Now, if you're sad sometimes, you have to be like, who's a good example of a depressed singer?
Eeyore.
Huh?
Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, I don't think Eeyore's depressed, actually. I think he's more stoical, but...
Okay.
But nonetheless... Let's call it like, I don't know, what I'd like to call I saw in an interview once, Elvis Costello called it the fuck me, I'm sensitive school of songwriting. And you know what that means, doesn't it?
Yes.
You get that. So what I like about this song, and as you alluded to, let's call it the emotional whack of this song, you don't have to be so obvious sometimes, do you, about it?
Hey, writers, let's try subtext.
Yeah.
What's really going on?
Yeah. Show, don't tell and all that. It's good to see you, I must go. I know I look a fright. Anyway, my eyes are not accustomed to this light, and my shoes are not accustomed to this hard concrete, so I must go back to my room and make my day complete. Great, aren't they?
It's not a poem of escape or rebirth. It is a poem about the end of a man's usefulness. Not my words. The words of Kurt Vonnegut. He loved the Statler Brothers. He
Really?
thought they were poets.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
and particularly this song.
Well, this is my point, James, about pop music and Kurt Vonnegut. If Kurt Vonnegut writes about depression or writes about, let's call it, problematic characters or narrates it, fine, isn't it? If a pop singer does it, they must be cancelled, they must be dodgy, they don't really know what they're doing. I think there's a little text of that sometimes. So I like in Kurt Vonnegut giving the Statler Brothers, let's call it, intellectual whack.
How many Statler Brothers
Does it take to change a light bulb? They can't do it because they're too busy moaning and groaning because some woman's left them. What?
And their eyes wouldn't be used to the light. How many Statler Brothers...
Does it take to cross the road? They wouldn't do it because they're too depressed and they can't be bothered to press a button.
How many Statler Brothers are in the Statler Brothers?
Good question. I haven't looked at anything, but I'm going to say, by the sound of it, 3?
0.
What?
There are 0 Statler Brothers in the Statler Brothers. There are 2 brothers,
Yeah.
Don and Harold Reed, but and 2 other guys. The name Statler they just took from a box of tissues. So they could have been called the Kleenex Brothers.
Yeah, the clean.
The lead tenor, Lou Dewitt, who wrote this song, produced by Don Law, who incredibly produced all of Robert Johnson's recordings.
No.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
These are great facts you're digging
in
up
the
here.
30s.
Robert Johnson, for those who don't know, I'm guessing if you're Patreon and you're a pop music fan, pop in big inverted commas, you know, Robert Johnson, a blues singer who apparently had no talent, went away in the late 20s, went to the Crossroads, made a
Not the
deal.
motel.
Not the motel.
He met Benny
He met Benny.
and Miss Diane.
And then he came back with an amazing talent, and on his guitar he could play down, 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 down. So it's a great story. Check it out. Please.
Something like that,
Yeah, something like that.
You mentioned that Bruce Willis sings this song in Pulp Fiction,
Yes.
which he does.
Yes.
Which other Bruce Willis movie does he quote this song?
I don't know.
He quotes it in Die Hard with a Vengeance,
Which came out after Pulp Fiction.
like a couple of years after.
All right, cool.
He says, "What have you been up to?" And he says, "Oh, smoking cigarettes and watching Captain Kangaroo." What I like about it is it's a country and western song, but about suburban life, not about ranches.
Yeah.
Horses.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
about how people like me live.
As we both alluded to, isn't it? I mean, it's it never made the top 10. It, possibly became more well known, and because of Pulp Fiction, I'm essentially saying.
Also because of Linda Smith's Radio 4 series, which
Go on.
used this as the theme tune.
Oh, really? Yes. And was that radio show dealing with notions of depression and loneliness? I would imagine
procrastination.
It would. Yeah, okay, cool. Well, Linda Smith, genius.
And also the Muppets version, which I did send you, but you haven't watched. It is great. It is Beaker in his house on his own, going a bit mad. They do change some of the lyrics. Obviously, you can't have smoking cigarettes if you're the Muppets. So
Why? I mean, come on.
And it's a more modern song. So instead of smoking cigarettes and watching Captain Kangaroo, it goes scrolling Instagram and playing lots of Sudoku.
Pretty good. Well done, them. I'm sure the Statler brothers would approve, but let's call it keeping it relevant.
Well, of course, Statler was the name of one of the Muppets. Statler and Waldorf, the 2 blokes in the box.
I feel, James, when worlds collide such as this, and we are talking about the Simpsons and the Muppets in the same sentence, it might be time to go.
Everything is the Muppets.
I like it. We should do it one week. I think we should do a Muppets top 10 one week. I think that'd be another waste of time, which I'm all for, by the way.
I'll do it on my own. Down 1 to number 90.
What? Number 90?
Yeah,
What can it be?
I went all the way down there.
Went deep.
It's
Deep down.
Birthday by the Sugar Cubes, a song I have heard many, many, many times.
Did it peak at number 90 or did it get further up?
It peaked at number 89.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
And yet it feels like a classic to me.
Oh, good. I'm glad it does.
Yeah.
I think there will be lots of people who will not know about this band or this song. So the Sugar Cubes were the band from Iceland that Björk was the lead singer of.
Yes, and what a stir she caused with her fantastic singing when she first appeared.
Yeah.
I'm amazed it's only got to 89. How come I heard it and saw it so often?
Well, it did get to number 1, but not in the UK chart.
Okay, where?
And in fact, not in any chart other than John Peel's Festive 50.
Okay, maybe that's where I know it from then. Yeah.
He put it as the number 1 song of 1987.
Okay. That's making more sense to me now.
Oh, I made a mistake. It peaks at 65.
That's all right.
I apologise.
That's all right. You
I
shall be
think-
banished.
I think this song has the most Björk lyrics ever.
Go on.
I think all the stereotypes about Björk
Yeah.
and people who do impressions of her come from this song.
Okay.
Because it's all about a little girl who keeps spiders in her pocket. collects fly wings in a jar, scrubs horse flies, and pinches them on a line. All the things about Björk being a crazy manic pixie dream girl who lives in the woods come across in the lyrics of this song. He's got a chain of flowers and so's a bird in her knickers.
I was surprised with that line. I'd never heard that.
Yeah.
It sounds so beautiful, though, doesn't it? This record. The sound of it. We were talking about production, whatever earlier. This has got something magical to it, hasn't it?
It sounds very different from everything else we've talked about in the chart this week. The beginning of it is kind of... It sounds like it's kind of a warped record that's just building up momentum and getting into the rest of the song, and that kind of jars you. Yeah. And then the chorus is just her yelling.
Yep.
But it's Björk
singing
yelling.
Beautifully.
Björk yelling is better than everyone else singing their best.
Yes, I remember that other record Sugar Cubes had out called Hit. I think I never thought this would happen and all that.
This wasn't supposed to happen.
This wasn't supposed to happen. My apologies. And yet, so Sugar Cubes. I mean, it was no surprise when Björk sort of deffed the Sugar Cubes off and went solo, because you know it's her you're listening to, isn't it? And yet the music on Birthday, the band. Unique and beautiful as well.
You know, they're good 80s indie band with a fantastic singer. Björk started writing this song about a grocer who lived near her when she was growing up. Yeah. And she sort of mixed that together with memories of her upbringing, obviously, where she was mucking about with insects a lot. I sort of collected memories together in my head, like when I was a kid. All old men that influenced me sort of erotically without doing anything, really. Men at 50 and stuff like that.
What's she saying? She found the older man attractive? What?
I don't know.
What is she saying?
I don't know. It's confusing, and it's Björk.
Well, I'm looking at some of her quotes on Brainy Quotes since I just had it up looking for Dave Stewart. Do you want to hear some of Björk's quotes?
Yes.
Do you or not?
Oh, can I?
On
this song.
Yeah, go on.
She said, the only thing I was doing consciously was mixing together pure innocence and pure, not danger, but something, evil.
Yeah, there's something earthy in her voice and her delivery. There's something, there's a darkness.
Evil in an unreal way. Yeah. If someone said to you, this is Björk, she lives in the woods, you'd go, that sounds about right. She reminds me of the film Nell, starring Jodie Foster.
I haven't seen it.
Neither
Why?
have I. But that's the film about the girl who grows up in the woods and sort of speaks in her own made-up language.
Okay. Have you seen the Saturday Night Live allusions to Björk?
Where she's played by Winona Ryder?
No, Kristen Wiig I saw play her.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, hilarious.
Do some Björk quotes.
All right, then. These are Björk quotes. We are talking about it. I don't want you looking.
I remember that first one.
All right, then. I'm not going to do the first one, then. Yeah. All right, I'll do it just for... All right, then. One Björk quote on Brainy Quotes. Number one, if you like. I am a grateful grapefruit.
Do you remember where she said that?
No.
At the Brit Awards when she won. She won a Brit Award, and that's what she said. I am a grateful grapefruit.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like Björk to me. She said the word grateful. She hadn't quite worked out what she was going to say. Sounds a bit like grapefruit. Why not say that? I am a fountain of blood in the shape of a girl. That's pretty good, isn't it?
All right.
This is a good quote, James. Football is a fertility festival. 11 sperm trying to get into the egg. I feel sorry for the goalkeeper.
Is that what she said?
Apparently, according to Brainy Quotes. This is a good one.
It's not really how football works. The players aren't trying to get inside the ball.
What? They're trying to get the ball into the net, representing the sperm trying to get into the egg.
Well, the sperm is the... If they're the sperm...
The footballers.
If the footballer's the sperm, or the ball is the sperm.
Football is... All right, then. I'm glad we're digging into this.
Because sperm comes from the balls.
What? You don't like me being filthy. You talk this
This is medical.
11 sperm trying to get into the egg. I feel sorry for the goalkeeper. Come on, that's a good metaphor. They're trying to score a goal. The 11 men.
But they're not the sperm, because then they'd be trying to get inside the goal.
No, you're being far too literal for Björk. You know what she's like.
And also, how can a grapefruit be grateful? It just doesn't make any sense, Björk.
What about this one? What? Singing is like a celebration of oxygen. That's good.
Oh, that's lovely.
Isn't it?
That's lovely. She's ace. She used to live in Wolverhampton, you know.
What? No.
Björk.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
What do you mean? Tell me more. Tell me more. As they say in Greece.
She used to go out with Goldie.
All right.
He used to live in Wolverhampton.
Did he used to live in Wolverhampton?
Yeah, he's from Wolverhampton.
He's from there. Did he live in there? I can't imagine. If you're Goldie and Björk in the, let's call it the 80s and 90s, I can't imagine you saying, let's go to Wolverhampton and walk around the shops.
I don't know how long they lived there, but they definitely lived there for a bit.
Now, this is a good quote. I sometimes fall into the trap of doing what I think I should be doing rather than what I want to be doing. Thank you for listening to Patreon. We appreciate it. No, genuinely, man. I genuinely thank you. So, Björk, I mean, again, I am not deep into Björk. I am not one of her fans. I'm sure there'll be people listening to this. Well, I'm not actually sure there'll be anyone listening to this, but people might listen to this and then say, how dare you? She means so much to people, mainly women, I'm going to say. I think women identify with her pretty strongly. She represents a certain aspect of femininity that isn't always represented.
And the album debut is fantastic.
Fantastic album.
Brilliant album.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
you know, Sugar Cube's hits are great.
Yep.
And this is one of them, Birthday.
And songs she's done since. Declare independence. Don't let them do that to you. I mean, yeah, Björk. Thank you, Björk, for all your contributions to this pantheon of pop music.
And the other blokes in the Sugar Cubes.
Not so much, but if you say so.
Yeah. From one rap to another, it's a new entry at a peak of 18, Bridging the Gap by Nas, featuring Oludara, who is Nas's dad.
Yep.
It's a rare thing, a father-son collaboration.
Absolutely.
I couldn't really... Well, basically, because there's a song called Father and Son, anytime I Googled Father and Son chart hits, it just told me about that song.
Darn internet redirecting you.
Yeah, so I couldn't really think of any other instances of a father and a son releasing a song that got into the charts.
I mean, there are examples of fathers and sons playing together. I couldn't think of like a vocal duet between two off the top of my head. Hey, email us in to shoobypodcast@gmail.com and tell us some father-sons duets.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know.
There's a Natalie Cole and Nat King Cole. That's a father-daughter.
Father-daughter's quite common.
Kelly and Ozzy Osbourne.
You know, Nancy and Frank Sinatra.
Yeah,
There's loads of father-daughter ones.
Because of Oedipus complex, James, they all want to kill the father.
Is it? Is that it?
Marvin Gaye's dad wanted to kill him.
He did kill him.
Yeah, complex has gone wrong.
Yeah. Hello, Dad. You look cross. Marvin Gaye's last words. So this is jazz blues musician Oludara, which is Yoruba for "the Lord is good."
Cool.
And his son, Nasir bin Oludara Jones, known as Nas, the rapper. Bin means son of, so his name means Nasir, son of Oludara Jones. Who is Nas's cousin?
I don't know.
Tracy Morgan.
From 30 Rock and
Yep.
other shows.
Yep.
SNL, yeah, cool.
How has Nas made most of his money?
I don't know.
Well, obviously he made a lot of money from being a recording artist, but he invested it quite wisely. He invested in loads of tech startups. So when Amazon bought Ring, you know, the doorbell company, Nas got $40 million.
Well done, Nas.
Which is more than half of his net worth, according to the internet.
Yeah.
So he is mainly a doorbell salesman.
I mean, if someone hasn't got a doorbell, how would you get them to come to the door if you're not mean to sell them a doorbell? Knocking, old school, analog.
Highlighting your competitor. I don't need one, you just knocked.
Yeah.
How else? Yeah. Anyway, what did you make of this?
I loved it to death
Oh,
this
good.
week.
I'm really glad.
Yeah.
It is good, isn't it?
First of all, because of, let's call it, my familial position in life, it's all about a father and son's relationship. I haven't got a dad, so I love anything like that, you know. I thought that was definitely touching. And again, like a groovy version of Father and Son, as you mentioned, isn't it? I particularly like Here It Comes a Guitar. It's based on the blues, and it's that Muddy Waters riff of... There's loads of that going on, which is from I'm a Man, the Muddy Waters song. So the sample has got that link, that heritage to the blues.
Yeah, I mean, that riff is so iconic that when people say the blues, they immediately think of that. They'll go,
Well, I woke up this morning.
Yep.
Yeah, all that stuff. Yeah. Let's do a blues song now about the difficulties of doing a podcast. Part of the reason we ask you to do Patreon is because we are looking to upgrade our gear a little bit, and just the general costs, aren't they, James? We're not just saying, can we buy some extra black pudding this week from the thing? We're trying to, you know. So let's do a blues song, a line each, let's say, about the difficulties of doing a podcast.
Who's going first?
And having to beg for money. Hey, thank you very much for listening. I'll go first if you like.
Okay. Hang on. Does that mean I have to do the rhyming bit?
Yeah.
I swear to God,
All right, then.
if the first line ends in orange, I'm walking out of here.
I'm going to do a little comedy thing for you, where I've heard several people do this.
You're good at this kind of thing, and I'm awful at it. But let's give it a go.
Well, we're trying to do a podcast.
It costs us loads of money, and we're running out of it fast.
Nice. You can do the opening one now, and I'll try and rhyme. That's a good thing to shout out, James.
Okay. Andy's shed is really cold.
I like to imagine it's how I feel when I'm old, freezing and dying, all on my own.
But you can help us by
Patreon. Thanks.
There we go.
Thanks for tolerating that. Well done,
Yeah.
James. I'm proud of you.
That was exciting.
I'm having all the money from that, by the way, because
Okay.
I feel it came from. I invented that riff.
Yeah. No, we'd have to give it to McKinley Morganfield and Elias McDaniel.
McKinley Morganfield. Do you know what his real name was?
Yeah, McKinley Morganfield.
Muddy Waters, baby.
His real name's not Muddy
Oh,
Waters.
fuck it.
Who's Elias McDaniel?
Bo Diddley, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, because they wrote that
All right,
together.
then. Well, let's do that as well, because while we're here talking about riffs, that's a Muddy Waters riff. As we've already mastered, James, let's try and master the Bo Diddley riff. Well, we're making a podcast and we haven't got no money. And
You should donate some if you think that we're funny.
And we will try to be much better. Email us in, don't write a letter.
Yeah. Anyway.
No, it wasn't as good as the first one, was it?
Yeah. Not as good as Bridging the Gap by Nas and his dad.
Yeah. How disrespectful I was. That's what they call mansplaining and barging in.
Did you spot the other things, samples?
Nope, go on.
There's the la 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 la.
Yeah, what's that
bit.
from?
That's from 9mm Goes Bang by Boogie Down Productions. And there's the I Am the Magnificent.
Ah, okay, from the old reggae record.
Yeah, Dave and Ansel Collins, double barrel.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Why did I not spot them?
But it's great, Bridging the Gap. I'm a big fan of rap records where the drums sound really organic.
Yeah.
And this is one of those.
Yeah.
So there's a bit where Oludara sings, I had a child, Nas, and I said to him, you're going to be the greatest man alive.
Be the greatest man alive. That's a direct quote from the Muddy Waters song, I'm a man, but be
Yeah.
the greatest man alive.
Nas has got at least one brother. How do you think he feels about hearing this song?
Quite.
Dad, I know I didn't invest in Ring doorbells, but
Maybe. Why'd you look so angry, son? Maybe that'll be someone's last words. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know this record. I'm going to call it my shame, my hipster shame. I was a bit annoyed with myself that I didn't know this.
I vaguely remembered it from the time.
Yeah, it's a thrill, man.
And it's great. Down 3 to number 35. It would spend 95 weeks on the chart, but it would get no higher than number 11. It is the longest a song has been in the chart without going into the top 10. It sold 2.5 million units in the UK and has done 1 billion streams on Spotify, but never in the top 10. It is I'm Yours by Jason Mraz.
Oh, yeah. You put this on the playlist. I had a listen to it. I was annoyed with you, James. Do you love this song?
I know. Hang on. What? I didn't know. I didn't put it on because I love it. I put it on because I think it's notable.
Oh, go on.
That it was massive and everywhere and not in the top 10.
Yeah, okay.
What annoyed you about it?
I'm going to say, let me get my guitar.
It is quite twee, isn't it?
It is. What annoys me a little bit about it is, first of all, you've got that kind of progression that just keeps going around. That's a 1 chord to a 5 chord, to its relative minor, and then to the 4 chord, B, F, G sharp minor, E. So it's that, yeah?
The Roald Dahl method.
What do you mean?
BFG.
And it just, I don't know, it's just something about the
It's just something like the wanna be better to head of your. My name's Jason Mraz and I'm singing very twee songs and I can't help myself 'cause it's good going around like that and it makes me want to punch myself in the face. All that. So, you know, it's that circular, as we once did a chart from 2020, I believe, where 5 records were essentially a circular 4-chord pattern. Never my favourite. Obviously, are great songs that do that. This isn't one of them. I find it like an anemic Jack Johnson.
There was, after Jack Johnson hit, probably about 5 years before this, there were a lot of male singer-songwriters suddenly in the charts doing songs that sounded a bit like Deeply Dippy by Right Said Fred.
We keep doing these songs where we sing very tweely. You know it's a song, but it's not nearly, because it keeps going round and it makes me want to free myself, never to hear it again.
And yet, massive.
Massive.
Massive song.
Yeah. Mraz is massive.
Yeah.
Like Jungle used to be.
Jason Mraz says the song took about 15 to 20 minutes to write.
I can believe it.
Presumably he had a tea break in that. He said, the melody just appeared out of nowhere while the words flew over my head as my thoughts were focused on surrendering to the moment.
What are the words about? I didn't give it my proper time and attention to see if the lyrics would rescue it from its, I'm going to call it melodic mundanity.
He said, it can be a love song or a personal song of empowerment. Its melody is not unlike a nursery rhyme, and the message is like reading fortune cookie after fortune cookie.
Yep, I mean...
He's been asked about this song a lot because this is the song that he is known for.
This is his defining record, if such a thing exists.
He says the song is about generosity, about giving yourself or your time to someone or something else.
There's a bit of self-knowledge, I'm going to say, in Jason Mraz. Know what this song about. He's not done a Daniel Merriweather and claimed it's about the blindness of war and the absence of compassion displayed by Western administrations, has he?
No, not yet. Not that I can find.
Not yet.
Do you know who else was sceptical of this song?
Nope.
It was the producer of Jason Mraz's previous album,
Yeah.
which was called Mr. AZ, and that producer was Steve Lillywhite.
Oh, okay.
Off of U2 and other things. He presented the song to Steve Lillywhite and he went, I don't really know what to do with this.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't think it's worth bothering with.
Right.
He said, I can't really tell where the chorus is because the whole thing is a chorus.
Yeah.
But for some reason, we never finished the song and I just let it go. I got involved in all the other weirder things on the album, and of course, that fucking song, I let it go. If I had finished that song, but again, I learned, you learn from your mistakes, and this was a big nugget of gold in the basket that I was just like, nope. He regrets not being involved in this billion-streamed song.
Well, you do wonder, don't you? Because of its simplicity, I can imagine someone respected like Steve Lillywhite thinking, nah, let's call it a trifle at best. People love trifle, James.
I love trifle. God, I'd love some trifle.
And
right
this
now.
one has got the sponge fingers and the jelly and the hundreds of thousands and the cream. It is nothing but a trifle. I've been spending way too long checking my tongue in the mirror. Is that the right song?
Yeah, that's it.
I'm bending over backwards just to try and see it clearer, but my breath fogged up the glass, so I drew a new face and I laughed. You know, I mean, it's...
He's a simpleton.
He's a simpleton. It has got a touch of the Live, Laugh, Love poster about it, hasn't it?
It is that. It is Live, Laugh, Love written on driftwood stuck on the wall of a cafe. Jason Mraz was runner-up on Dancing with the Stars in 2023, beating Academy Award-winning actress Mira Sorvino, Willow off of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Britney Spears' sister.
None of which are singers.
No.
So, you know.
Who's Dancing with the Stars?
Of course.
This song is not on Mr. A to Z. It was put on his next album, which is called We Sing, We Dance, We Steal Things.
Good title.
It might be the only album to chart in the UK that has a 3-sentence title. What has that album got in common with Partick Thistle's mascot and the 2013 Turner Prize?
Now, that is a good question.
Isn't it?
Let me have a little moment. What has Jason Mraz, I'm Yours, got to do?
No, not I'm... Well, yes, I'm Yours, but also the album.
What has the album got to do?
Partick Thistle's mascot
Partick Thistle's mascot.
and the 2013 Turner Prize.
Go on.
Well, what does the Turner Prize celebrate?
Art.
And
Commerce.
the people who make art.
Artists.
Yeah. So it's a specific artist.
Partick Thistle
Partick Thistle's mascot.
was an artist.
No, but the person who designed it was.
Okay. I don't know.
And also did the artwork for Jason Mraz on this album.
Go
and
on.
this single. David Shrigley,
Ah.
the Glaswegian artist,
Right.
designed all of them.
Okay.
Because We Sing, We Dance, We Steal Things is a reference to a David Shrigley cartoon. So he gets him involved to do all the artwork. So all the artwork is like line drawings. And he also did the Partick Thistle mascot, which is one of the most terrifying things I've ever seen.
I'm just Googling it as you speak. I want to see him. Go on. Go on.
All right.
Describe.
Right, you've just seen a picture. Describe what the Partick Thistle mascot looks like. It looks like
Where was the nuclear disaster again?
Fukushima.
It reminds me of some. I mean, it's all right then. Let's try and explain it. Let's try.
I think it looks
go on.
like a Mr. Man going into rehab.
Let's say it's got a sunny type feel. It's a yellow figure with a star head, a 6-pointed star head at least. Yeah, I mean it's frightening, isn't it? Who designed it and why is
David Shrigley.
Why is Shrigley bragging about this? I would think that's the thing you want to keep off your CV if I'm being unnecessarily petulant, which I am.
I think it's very funny.
Yeah, pretty good.
And he was nominated for the 2013 Turner Prize. He didn't win.
Yes, I mean, again, looking at the artwork for We Sing, We Dance, We Steal Things by Jason Mraz, by the Turner-approved artist, I'm going to say...
Took him 5 minutes.
Took him 5 minutes. A bit like the song that we wrote. Maybe he's just trying to capture the vibe. I heard a good phrase the other day. Someone said, I know a lot about art, but I don't know what I like.
You can imagine this song coming in. You've just watched an Adam Sandler romantic comedy. He's on a beach somewhere with his new lover. It's the end of the movie. The crane shot starts zooming out. And as the titles start to roll, they start playing this. That's exactly what it sounds like.
I've just watched an Adam Sandler movie. I'm going to kill myself because he just did move me. Yep, all that kind of stuff.
Well, that is this. Call it our bonus tracks we've just... Hey, they were good tracks, weren't they?
Brilliant ones, I think.
Listen to them on Spotify and our YouTube playlist. Always like to remind you that they're knocking about rather than just me and James banging on. And also, it make your life a bit better. We'll be back to usual, won't we, soon?
Yep.
With random dates generated by your computer.
Yeah, we'll be back doing our normal podcast very soon. Now this holiday's over. I wonder how long until your Coventry tan fades.
People getting angry.
Until next time, Shooby Dooby Doo up.
Bop, bop, shoo up.